Speaking of working class victory and solidarity, let's just take a real quick look at this. I find it wonderful. We are seeing like a union renaissance across America, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Just today, the fast food workers of California are beginning the process of unionizing, and that is incredible. Let's take a look at their announcement. If we can.
Administrador o un CEO de la compañía McDonald's esté generando $10,000 por hora cuando en 30 años mi persona ha estado ganando un salario mínimo.
The system was built this way.
The rules of the system were written to ensure that the rich get rich and the poor get poor.
Las reglas fueron escritas para oprimir al trabajador como nosotros.
Esta es nuestra realidad. La Constitución nos dio el derecho a organizarnos, pero cuando en 1935, después de que los trabajadores de todo Estados Unidos encabezaran oleadas de huelgas, obligaran a sistemas a ceder, a redactarnos nuevas existir los sindicatos en Estados Unidos.
I have to say, like, the fact that like that lady is wearing like a Fight for 15 shirt when like $15 an hour is not nearly good enough. $15 an hour was what we needed, 15 years ago. What we need now is like a $30 minimum wage, and that's not an exaggeration. Like that's like what it would take bare minimum to like be able to afford like a studio apartment. My God, I remember when I first started my channel, I did like streams about like the need for a $30 minimum wage, and like people were like, "That's crazy, that's insane," and that was just like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and it's just like, no, that's the reality. My entire argument was like, by the time we actually get a minimum wage increase to 15, we're going to need a $30 minimum wage. So why not fight for $30 now? Fight for $30 now, and then by the time we make our victory, that will be what we need.
The rules were written to exclude Black, brown, and women workers from forming unions. Domestic laborers and farm workers who were predominantly women and of color were excluded from benefiting of these new rules.
Ese legado de exclusión continúa hasta el día de hoy, donde grandes corporaciones como McDonald's están haciendo todo lo posible para negar a trabajadores negros, morenos y mujeres que generan sus ganancias el derecho de organizarse.
En 1947 se cambiaron las reglas para hacerlos aún más difíciles.
From local levels in the South to the state levels here in California, service workers are rewriting the rules by any means necessary, and we're winning.
Fast food workers have been organizing since 2012 for a better system. At the start of the pandemic, we led a massive strike wave. We organized strikes over 450 stores, resulting in landmark legislation that rewrote the rules.
And this is, I think, really important too. Like, getting out and doing the work means you could spend 10 years organizing and still not have the victory you deserve, right? But the progress they made in organizing since 2012, the 12 years of organizing, they are now able to successfully launch a union for all fast food workers in California. That's a huge victory. That is a huge victory. You want to do business as a fast food restaurateur in California, you got to work with the union, bitch. You got to pay your employees a living fucking wage.
For over 500,000 workers.
Pero los patrones contraatacaron.
Así que el año pasado volvimos a ganar.
The American labor movement is surging.
Now is the time to unionize. So we are.
Así que hoy estamos formando el Sindicato de Trabajadores de Comida Rápida en California.
We're joining the long history of service workers in California, challenging greedy bosses and winning with our unions.
This year, we're sitting down with the industry and the government, and we need to be as organized as the opposition.
For a decade, SEIU has stood with us. Today, we're joining SEIU and signing up as many of 500,000 fast food workers in California as we can.
Desde que SEO respaldó la lucha por 15 en un sindicato, los trabajadores con salarios bajos de todo Estados Unidos han ganado más de 150,000 millones en salarios.
Contra todo pronóstico, los trabajadores de la comida rápida en California han salido adelante y hemos estado ganando contra una de las industrias más grandes del mundo.
And to ensure we keep up the momentum, we need to sustain our own union.
We're building the base for a union that will be here until the end of time. The Golden State is setting the golden standard with the first statewide fast food council.
Esta es nuestra manera de obligar al sistema económico racista a ser más justo para aquellos que nosotros no siempre fuimos intencionalmente excluidos.
No nos vamos a ir, estamos aquí para siempre y a cada día somos más fuertes.
We're doing whatever it takes
To keep up the momentum
and win justice for fast food workers.
in every workplace in California.
You just love to see it. You love to see it, chat. Like that is a meaningful fucking win. Cause now anytime these fast food restaurants want to screw over their workers and just claim, oh well, they're just college kids, they don't need actual money. They can push back. They can be like, no, actually, 3/4 of our workplaces are made up of like actual adults who need actual living wages. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to fix everything, but it will fix some things. It gives them negotiating leverage. Well, in Marxist archaeologists, my understanding of that is that the number of $25 an hour of minimum wage kept up with inflation and productivity, like the $25 figure is from a couple years ago, is my understanding. So I mean, like, given now with like the huge surge in inflation, I wouldn't be surprised if it was around $30 an hour, you know? Sorry. But that is lovely to see. California Fast Food Workers Union. Let's go.